Welcome back, all you fragrance fanatics and beauty babes. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day today. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jamie and I love to talk about perfumes. And if you're a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you so much for your continued support. That means the world to me. So today's video is part 2 of my 25 perfumes in my collection. Part 1, I'll leave that in the description box below if you haven't already seen it. You might want to watch that first because that goes over kind of the process, what was going on in my head as I'm making these tough decisions. But this video is going to be me actually sitting down with the perfumes I've chosen and talking about them. But if you enjoyed that type of video that I made for part 1, where I've got the camera a little bit different, like we're going through my collection and talking about the different perfumes, then you really need to check out Tammy Roxanne. She is my fragrance twin sister. She does videos like that as well. I'm gonna link some of them down below in the description box for you guys. You need to check her out if you haven't already. She's amazing. I also wanted to mention something really quick before we start, that I've noticed in my comment section that sometimes I heart everyone's comment, and every now and then a couple of the hearts will disappear off of people's comments, and I don't know why it does that. I don't know if it's because sometimes I'm using my network and sometimes I'm using Wi-Fi, and I don't know if there's maybe a connection thing going on where like I know I'm clicking the heart button, but then like when I refresh like an hour later, the heart will be gone, and it's very random. And I try to always, after I go through my comments, I try to always make sure I go back a few hours later just to make sure everyone's got a heart, because that would bother me so much if you all did not get a heart from me. But I want y'all to know that if you happen to see the comment section and you're like, wow, she hearted everyone's comment but mine. Like, I promise you, I hearted it. But for whatever reason, YouTube took it away. I don't know. But if I find it and find out that it got unhearted or whatever you call it, I will go back and try to reheart it again, if that makes sense. But I just needed you guys to know that that everyone's comment is so important to me. Whether you agree with what I'm saying or don't agree with what I'm saying, in the comment section, that everyone's opinions are so important to me and valid, and I love talking to you guys in the comment section. So if you ever not see a heart by your name, just know it's not done on purpose, is what I mean. So with all the rambling out of the way, let's get started. I thought this video was going to be fairly easy. I thought 25, I can do that. That's nothing. 3 days later, and I've still got some that I'm deciding as I'm making this video, because this has been such a difficult decisions, because like, I won't lie to you. I won't say 100% of everything in my collection is 25 worthy. Like worthy of that status of being top 25, but I will definitely say 90% of everything in my collection is absolutely worth that top 25 status, but I can only pick 25. So I was going to, I started out just picking all different types of perfumes, but then I got inside my head and I was like, oh, well, maybe I should just do I should pull all my Middle Eastern perfumes out of this video and make a separate video for them. And then I was like, well, if I do that, then maybe I should pull my celebrity perfumes out and make a separate video for them. And then I was like, well, what about dupes? Should I do a set? Like, so I was like, I am putting way too much thought into this. So I just went back to the beginning and I was like, I'm just gonna go with my gut and choose my top 25. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's start out with, and I'm gonna just briefly go over these perfumes. That way the video won't be super long. And if you do want more in-depth reviews about these perfumes. I've got all sorts of reviews on them on my channel, you can see. So let's start with J'adore L'Or. This is the 2023 edition. And this one is, the notes don't do it justice. This is like liquid gold in a bottle. I don't know. I swear, I think they put crack in here because there's just something so like unexplainably good about this. But yet, yes, it is a white floral, but there's just so much more going on here. And there's a sweetness to this, not like a gourmand sweetness, but just like a natural sweetness, like a honeysuckle or something, or maybe a tuberose in here. Not quite sure exactly, but because sometimes tuberose can come off kind of honeyed. So I don't know, but this is absolutely amazing. Love this one. And then we've got Libre Les Parfums. This one is my absolute favorite out of the Libre collection, the whole collection. If I were to choose a second favorite, it would be that new Libre Flowers and Flames. That would be second choice as far as this collection goes. Because that one's like, it's perfect. It's like better than it's similar to the original, but it's better than the original because of that coconut. But it's also a little bit more wearable versus the intense. Like it's a perfect balance of the intense and the original put into one perfume, and I love it. But anyway, Libre Les Parfums, this one is my first love, and so she's very special to me. You get thick, dark, rich honey. You've got vanilla. You've got some citruses in here, and it's got a little bit of lavender, so it keeps things a little aromatic. And I just love this one for fall time. Oh, one of my favorites for fall. And then we've got Devotion. I finally, when I first got Devotion Intense, I wasn't sure which one I loved the most, but now that I've had a chance to really, get to know the Intense, I definitely, if I had to choose, the original Devotion would be my pick, just because I do like that little bit of that zing, that little zesty citrus that's in that opening that gives it that sour, sweet candy vibe. And then the vanilla in here, the vanilla dry down is just absolutely amazing, phenomenal vanilla dry down in this. But the Intense is amazing too, but it's more orange. It doesn't have that like lemony zest. It has more of a sweet orange, and the hazelnut in there kind of like thickens it up. So it makes it like an orange cake. So I really love that one as well. And I love pairing them together. Absolutely. But if I had to choose, the original Devotion would be my favorite. I love her so much. And then we've got Donna, Born in Roma. Yes, she's basic. I get it. I know a lot of people are just like boring, basic, but I can rely on her. It doesn't matter if I don't know what I'm going to be doing. If I don't know if I'm going to be gone an hour or gone 12 hours, or if I'm going to church, or if maybe I'm going to the movies afterwards, maybe I'm going to the office and I got to stop by the office, and then that evening I'm going out with the girls to party it up or something. Like, it doesn't matter what the situation is. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. It doesn't matter how long I'm going to be gone. I know for a fact that she is going to perform exactly like I need her to. And so she's extremely reliable and trustworthy, and I really love that and respect that in this perfume. She is going to project I know I'm going to smell great all night, and so I have to choose her. So that you got that jazz. It's a fruity floral, but it's just I think she's just perfect. It's sweet. It's a little woody. You've got the jasmine in there, so it's a little sexy and flirty, and just love her. Next up, we have Candied Fantasy. This one is the newest one in the Britney Spears line. And this is my favorite bottle so far, like my favorite, out of the Fantasy collection, this is my favorite bottle. Love the pink. Oh, so pretty. And then the scent, this is my favorite bubblegum scent. It is not like your typical bubblicious bubblegum. It's more of that, it's the brand extra, like that sort of smell. And it gives it this freshness in here. But there's also this sweet candy going on, this strawberry candy. And then you get this like cupcake in the base, this vanilla cupcake. And it turns out to be like this strawberry cupcake thing going on with this like fresh, sweet bubble gum just surrounding it. And then of course we've got Burberry Goddess, the queen bee. This one, you know, she's sexy, but without trying too hard. She's comforting. She's a little warm, spicy, sweet vanilla. You've got the aromatic quality to this from the lavender. I feel like this is an amazing, like everyday perfume, and I can't be without her. So next, let's do another Britney Spears, Curious. This one was a no-brainer for me. This is my favorite white floral perfume. This does not get enough hype. This does not get enough respect. She ain't got no respect. But I love this. These white florals in here are not, like, I get like a candy vibe from this perfume, even though it's not a candy perfume. The white florals in here are so creamy and sweet. They've almost been like dipped in like sugar. Like, you know how you dip things in boiling sugar and then it like the sugar will harden and crystallize around the whatever you're dipping it in. Like that's what happened. Like the flowers got dipped into the boiling sugar, and so they're almost edible. Like it's just but the pear in here, the pear gives it this fresh aquatic feel. So it's never too sweet or, you know, syrupy, or it's nothing like that. There's such a freshness to this perfume that is just addicting to me. Okay, next, let's do Cherry Ambition by the Seven Virtues. This one is one of my favorite cherry perfumes. I felt like this came out when all the other cherry perfumes were coming out. And it was all about what was smelling the most like Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Like everyone was into Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. And I felt like every perfume that came out was something similar to Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, blah, 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 blah. Like I got so sick of it. And I feel like this one got pushed aside in the back, and she didn't really get her moment to shine. I feel like this is like an underrated perfume. It's an amazing cherry perfume that is nothing like Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. You've got the cherry in here is like tart, but very juicy and sweet at the same time. And it's mixed with a marshmallow note. So you get these fluffy marshmallows that are really sweet added to it. And then there's also a lot of amber, a lot of resinous smelling, and some amber. It's very like warm, a little spicy, and because it's got some frankincense. And then the saffron in here comes off like a smooth leather, just kind of blanketing the whole thing. And I absolutely, I love this. The only thing that this would be compared to would be cherry, what is it called? Cherry Punk. That one's a cherry and leather as well. But this one's my favorite, because this one, it's got that, oh, there's such an amberiness to this, and the leather is a little bit more smoother, and this is sweeter because of the marshmallows. Like give it this fluffy marshmallows like mixed in with it, and I just cannot be without this one. And let's go ahead and do another one from the Seven Virtues, Amber Vanilla. This one is an amazing, it's my favorite Your Skin But Better perfume. It just smells like my skin, and it's very comforting, it's familiar. It just, whenever I smell it, I'll tell you, the first time I smelt this, it actually like made me cry. Like I had an emotional reaction to this perfume because it reminds me of motherhood and, like, you know, holding a little newborn baby, and you're like skin to skin with the baby, and you can like the smells and the just rocking them in the rocking chair, like, oh, like that's where it takes me. And I also like to pair this underneath a lot of my other perfumes. Just is very versatile, but it's so comforting and amazing on its own as well. And just love this. And then we've got Montblanc Signature. This one has been around with me for a while now, and I'll tell you, every time I step out of the house wearing this, I get compliments. I don't know if it just like vibes with my skin chemistry or something, but this is musky, creamy, sweet, citrusy, but not like a lemon. This is like sweet. It's got a sweet clementine in here, so it's like sweet, juicy citrus. So it comes across like a orange creamsicle, but it's also like clean smelling at the same time because of that muskiness, but not soapy at all, because it still smells like that orange creamsicle, but done in like a clean, musky way. And I don't know how they do it, but I just absolutely am addicted to this perfume. And I'll tell you, I was thinking about choosing Bare Magnolia from Victoria's Secret, but it is so similar to Montblanc Signature. However, I think Signature is better because the Bare Magnolia is more of the simplified version of Signature, if that makes sense. Like it's the same sort of, I'm getting the same sort of thing from both perfumes, but the Bare Magnolia is more simplified down, and just Signature is just amazing. And you can get this for such an affordable price. Don't ever buy your perfumes retail. You can get them Joma Shop, fragrancenet.com. Don't buy these perfumes I'm talking about at retail price, because you don't need to. I mean, you can if you want to, but I wouldn't if I were you. Next up, we have the Viva La Juicy Sucrose. Sucrose, I think is how you pronounce it. This one is my most favorite bottle in my collection. I know some people are like, oh my God, that looks ugly, but I love this. This is just so stinking adorable. And I bought it specifically just because of the bottle. I wasn't even expecting to fall in love with the actual perfume inside, but wow, like it blew me away. It is one of my top 3 favorite vanillas of all time. It is extremely bakery sweet vanilla in your face, and it's creamy, and there's some almond mixed up in there. Not a bitter almond, but like a sweet, creamy almond just mixed in with this vanilla. It is so good. Like as soon as I smelt it, I was like, wow, this is like, it was just love at first sniff. And I was like, I never looked back after that. Absolutely love this one. Then we've got Leisure in Paradise. This was also love at first sniff. Well, actually, really a lot of these were love at first sniff. This one, it's got coconut and some pineapple. It's very tropical, but what I am mainly picking up with my nose is the papaya. And it is sweet. It's a sweet, creamy melon taste that is just, it's very like dominant in this perfume. And absolutely love it for summertime. But the problem is, the only thing I don't like about this perfume is the sprayer. Like it sprays out like a water hose, and it gets your whole skin like wet. Like most perfumes, like for instance with the Amber Vanilla, one spray of this is equal to 3 to 4 sprays of amber vanilla, because the sprayers on these, the atomizers, whatever you want to call them, you know, we're not fancy here on this channel, but the atomizers or whatever. The sprayer on here, it's more like a fine mist that comes out, and I love that, because then it just barely mists your skin. This one is like a water bottle. Somebody's squirting you with a water bottle, and it just leaves like stains on you. You have to like rub it in because it's dripping down you. But so much product comes out with one spray, so be careful with that. And next up, let's go with another Britney Spears. I'm really into the Britney Spears perfumes. This one is Midnight Fantasy, and I am just so in love with this. It doesn't just have the plum in there, because I'm really into plum right now at the moment, but it's got that purple juicy plum, but it's also mixed with this juicy sweet cherry with like a drop of tartness, and it's got some vanilla in there, and it's got this like muskiness, but it's also very fruity. Just fantastic perfume. And speaking of the plum perfumes, like I said, I'm obsessed at the moment. The Narissa Rose Musk for Her. This is the dupe for Narcisa Rodriguez, the Rose Musk Noir. This one is, to me, it's a spot-on dupe, and I absolutely love this perfume. Like it looks almost spot on to a Narcisa Rodriguez. Like if you're not, you know, if you're just like glancing at it, if you really read it, you're like, oh, wait a second, that's not right, you know. But I was having the hardest time finding this perfume online. I don't know. I was looking on the interweb, and I'm not very tech savvy, but I was looking on there, and the only place that I could really find it that I felt comfortable buying from was it was Frag Bar. That's where I could get it from. There was the only other place was E Cosmetics, but I didn't know anything about that website, so I didn't feel comfortable. If you all could let me know, have you used E Cosmetics before? Is it a good website? Then I'll use it. But so it was on Frag Bar, but then it got sold out. And I didn't know where else to get this, because I can't find it on Amazon or Joma Shop, nothing. But all of a sudden, I stumbled across this perfume on fragrancenet.com. I had no idea that they sold Middle Eastern perfumes, let alone like dupe type of things on fragrancenet.com. I thought that was more for like niche and designer and stuff, but apparently not. There's so much I still need to learn about the interweb. So you can get this for like $17 on there. And this one is also a plum, dark, juicy, sweet, fruity plum. And then it's musky. There's some vanilla, like it just, there's something so addictive about like a musky, sweet, fruity plum. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it, but it's just addictive. And then we have another 7 Virtues perfume, Candied Lychee. This is their newest one that came out. And I'll tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to, because I love a lot of different perfumes, but if somebody said you can only have one fragrance house and you have to walk away from every other fragrance house ever, I would pick the 7 Virtues, because I really, really love their perfumes. And no, none of these perfumes are sponsored. I bought all of these perfumes that we're talking about today. Nothing is sponsored here today. These are my own thoughts and opinions. No one's telling me to say anything, but I really love the 7 Virtues the best. Not only because the bottles are pretty, but also the sprayers, the atomizers, they come out in like a light mist, and I love that. And then the scents are always amazing, like the vanilla woods, which I don't have in my collection yet, but I want to get. I want to get the vanilla woods. I want to get the coconut sun. I want to get the Lotus Pear. I want to get all of them, but one thing at a time. I have a long wish list, but I love the scents of their perfumes, and I think I don't have any problem with their perfumes performing as far as projection and longevity. I don't have any problem with any of their perfumes. And they're vegan, they're cruelty free. Each perfume is supposed to be like based upon like a vibe. Like this one, it should say on the positive vibes, feeling flirty, boosting energy. The Cherry Ambition says making a statement, feeling brave. And like the vibe with the Amber Vanilla, it says self-love, inspiring gratitude, invoking comfort. Like I just love everything about this company. But anyway, about the scent, I think, in my opinion, this is the best candy perfume I've ever smelled. It smells so fruity and sweet, and I'm really picking up the strawberry and the watermelon. And it's an intense fruity sweetness going on here. And but there's a freshness, there's overall freshness here that kind of reminds me of like a body splash type of vibe, but much more potent, much more concentrated. It's not so like watered down, if that makes sense. And I'm getting this like jelly bean candy. It's not like a hard candy, and it's not a gummy candy. It's like this, it's a soft, there's a softness to this perfume that as soon as you spray it out, you can smell it. It almost smells like velvet that has been dipped in candy. If like that's a terrible description, but that's what it's like soft velvet, but you put your nose up to it and the velvet smells sweet. Like that's what I'm getting from this. I think this is the best candy perfume I've ever smelled. I think it's the best release of the year, and I am truly shocked that it is still not on Fragrantica. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense, because all of the other Seven Virtues perfumes are on Fragrantica, and all of the new releases that came out after this perfume is on Fragrantica. But this one's been out for almost 2 months now, and it's still not on there. Not that Fragrantica is the end-all be-all, but it's weird. It's like, I think there's a conspiracy theory going on. I think Alicia from Alicia Budget Beauty, girl, I think you're right. I think you're onto something. There's some sort of conspiracy theory going on with this. I don't know. Conspiracy. We need to look into it. So next up, let's do Donna Born in Roma Green Stravaganza. This is one of my favorite fresh perfumes. It's a lot of my freshies don't last too long, which I'm totally okay with. But there's sometimes where I do want them to perform longer, and this is the one I'll grab if I'm looking for that. The herbal tea that's in here is coming off very lime, like a lime citrus peel, to my nose. And then there's the jasmine, and then there's the vanilla in the base, and this is powdery, fresh citrus, and all of these notes are working so harmoniously. Like none of them are taking over. Like they're all just blended so well, and it's just nice fresh perfume. Really love this one. And of course, I had to go with Qaed Fursan. This is my second bottle. I went through my first bottle, like the whole summer I was wearing that. I would wear it underneath all my perfumes. Well, I wear it on its own as well, but then I would top it off with some other summer perfume. Like I love this perfume. This one is creamy, milky, sweet coconut. There's also some pineapple in there. There's some vanilla, and it's just creamy, sweet, milky coconut. And I just cannot be without it. I mean, it's such an easy reach for the summertime, in my opinion. Next up, we have one that was just love at first sniff, blew me away as soon as I smelt it. Rubi Avri. And I was not expecting to, I don't know. I just picked this one up on a whim. I wasn't expecting much, and I was like, wow, this is one of my top 25. Like, it's amazing. It's my favorite Apple perfume. Out of all my Apple perfumes, this one is my favorite. And it has very similar notes to Vanilla Skin. So I had pulled out Vanilla Skin thinking, okay, I'm gonna compare these two and see which one smells better, the Vanilla Skin or the Rubi Avri. And as I was doing my comparison, because they both have cashmere, they both have the jasmine, both have vanilla, they both have the red crispy apple, they both have like a sugary note to it. But I noticed that the Vanilla Skin, the oud started to come off on my skin that I had never smelt before. Up until this point, I had only smelt like a crispy red apple wrapped in cashmere with some vanilla. Like, that was what I was mainly getting from Vanilla Skin. But when I was comparing these two side by side, that's where I was like, whoa, this has a lot of oud in it. And it was to the point where it was like, it almost gave me a headache. Like, I think I'm not into oud. Like, I don't think I can do oud anymore, because I feel like there's something that turns me off about it now. But the oud and Vanilla Skin is just too much now. This one is fresher. It still has a depth to it, but it's much fresher than Vanilla Skin. When you compare them side by side, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about as soon as you smell it. And this one also does have a cherry note as well. And the cherry isn't, it's not like the dominant thing in this perfume, but it does lend a hand with that apple. It's a juicy, sweet cherry, a little tart, and the apple is a juicy, crisp red apple. And I love the apple in this perfume so much. And then as this dries down, you get this sweet vanilla. There's a sweetness to this. There's a vanilla to this. There's a little bit of a warm spiciness going on. And as this dries down, the apple stays. Like, I still get the apple in the deep dry down, and it is mixed with the wood. So you get like this apple wood smell going on, and it's fall time in a bottle. It's just absolutely fall time in a bottle. And just very addictive. Then we've got Valentino, Donna Born in Roma, Intense. This one is very, very sexy. I will wear both this and the original on their own. But if it's like maybe I am coming home and there's a date night, I can spray this over top of it. Or or sometimes I just want to wear both of them just to really intensify things. But on their own, they're both amazing too. This one has the amber vanilla in there, and it's just a creamy, sweet, thick amber vanilla. And then it's mixed with this sexy jasmine, and it's just a very sexy, intoxicating perfume. Then we have a Dossier. This one is Summer Crush. This one is one of my, it is one of my very, very favorite summer perfumes I've ever had. I compared it next to a lot of my creamy coconut suntan lotion perfumes. And I also compared it next to Vanilla Vibes by Juliet Has a Gun, because of the saltiness. But this one has it all. This one has it all, because Vanilla Vibes does not have, it's great. It's great. You get the salty ocean air. You get this whipped sweet vanilla in there. But this one has the salty ocean air, but it's mixed with this juicy, fresh watermelon. And then as this dries down, this becomes a creamy, sweet coconut vanilla tanning lotion. And so it checks off all the boxes of like everything I love in a summer perfume. Don't sleep on these Dossier perfumes. These Dossier originals that they make are really good. And they just came out with 2 new ones that are musk themed. One has like a cardamom and cinnamon and some warm musk, ambery musks. And then the other one they're coming out with has this coconut warm sand with some musk. Like, so I'm really excited. I want to get those eventually. They're on my wish list. But I think Dossier does amazing perfumes, and I love that their bottle or their lids are magnetic. You have no idea how much I love that. And these ones, look at that. These ones like really are magnetic. Some of them are kind of magnetic, but like I wouldn't trust them. But this one is like, it's locked on when it's on. And I love how they have the notes on the front of it. I really enjoy that. But anyway, so moving on, we have the Rogue Rouge Smoking. Rouge Smoking. Now, I only have my sample here. I have a dupe of Rouge Smoking that is a amazing, impeccable dupe that I've been pairing with the original to make the scent last a little longer and be a little stronger. But the only thing I will say about the dupe is that it's a little bit lighter. It's still that same smell. It's still amazing, but it's just toned down a little bit. This one is a little bit more potent. And so it's like a cherry soda, and this cherry soda has spicy candy in it. It's so, again, it's nothing like a Lost Cherry, because like I'm so over like all the perfumes that kind of smell like Lost Cherry. Like I feel like it's nothing like a Lost Cherry. It's very, it's more of a unique cherry in my opinion. And I absolutely want to get a full bottle of this. I'm trying to savor my little sample here. If I need to, I'll buy some more samples in the meantime. It's high up. It's higher up on my wish list, you guys. But it's like $165 at a discount. So I'm having to save up a little bit more for that one. But it's definitely one worth saving for. And it's definitely one I'm absolutely going to have in my collection as a full bottle. But as of now, I just have a little sample that I'm going to take very good care of. But oh man. Oh, I had to smell it again. Oh, it's just, ooh. It's so spicy sweet. And you know what it kind of reminds me of? Very Sexy, the original Very Sexy by Victoria's Secret. Now that one is more blackberry. This is more cherry, but they are both that fruity, sweet, spicy type of perfume. They both have that same sort of element. So that's something to just put away in my noggin there. That I don't know, it just came to me all of a sudden. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, I gotta stop smelling this. Okay, moving on. Next up, we have Very Sexy Oasis by Victoria's Secret. This one is my summer go-to scent. Love this one. It comes off as it's a tuberose, but it comes off as this creamy, sweet coconut. Tropical, there's an orange blossom in there, so there's like a little bit of creamy citruses mixed up with this coconut, and absolutely love it. So we have 3 more perfumes to go. I know that this video is longer than it's supposed to be. I am so sorry, you guys. I really do try my hardest not to ramble and do shorter, like more brief videos, but that's just not me. Pick somebody else, because I am a rambler. And for those of you who stick with me to the end, you know, you're a real one. I really appreciate you guys. So the next one we have is Confection by Qaed. This one is pear, and the pear is like, it's a fresh pear and a candied pear at the same time. And then you've got not like a bag of marshmallows, but you've got actual like a jar of creamy marshmallow fluff. And the vanilla dry down is just, it's so mouth-wateringly delicious, candy vibes, and just absolutely addicted to this one. I have 5 perfumes in front of me and only 2 more spots, and I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. Just pick one. Like I've got the Kawa. I love this. And then I've got Strawberry Letter. I've got Fancy by Jessica Simpson. I've got Cosmic by Kylie. I really love this one. And then I got Amazing Grace Intense. And I am having the hardest time with this. I'm just gonna go with my gut. Fancy by Jessica Simpson. This one is my favorite caramel perfume. It had, and it's not just the you know, there's a lot of perfumes with caramel in it, but this has a creamy amber vanilla dry down. And what really sets this apart for me is the pear. You know I love pear. So there's this fresh pear in there as well. And it's my favorite caramel. So that one has to be it. Okay, last one. I'm still stressing. It's between Amazing Grace Intense and Strawberry Letter. Both of these are strawberry perfumes. But this is fresh strawberry and this is clean strawberry shampoo. And I love this one because it's like fresh out of the shower and it only lasts about 2-3 hours on my skin, which is perfect because I just want it for like out of the shower. But then this one I can pair up with all my other strawberry perfumes. You know what? Okay. I'm gonna go with Strawberry Letter by Fleur. Because not only is it an amazing fresh strawberry perfume that has gotten me a lot of compliments, by the way, which kind of shocked me because I didn't think the projection would be very good on it, but it is. This one I pair up with so many of my other perfumes. It comes in handy so much because I will pair this up with Yara Candy because of that strawberry candy that's in there. I will pair this up with Candied Fantasy by Britney Spears because of that strawberry in there. And sometimes I will even pair it up with this one. Like I'll layer this on first and I'll spray a little bit of this on there. Like this is so good for layering over a lot of my other strawberry perfumes, and it just really amps up that strawberry note. And yeah, so Strawberry Letter. That was the final pick. That's it. I'm never doing a video like this again. This was so stressful. If you have made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you had a lot of fun. And remember to seize the day and overspray. Bye, guys.